Hello there, welcome to this Pick a Pile reading. So this is what is next in your connection. This is mainly about romantic relationships since I want to focus on that. What's the word? I just want to focus on romance right now, just for the sake of that's my favorite subject to investigate. So I want to do that on a romantic relationship or situationship. Therefore, you don't need to be in a relationship or a committed relationship with someone. You can be single as well or not having a crush either. Um, so that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say else. And this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. So you can pause the video and take the time to choose which pile you resonate the most. And without further ado, I will start with pile 1. So hi there, pile 1. This is your reading, so this is what's next in your connection with your person. I'll be using the mystical Manga Tarot for your pile with some Oracle cards as well. So, what's next in your connection with your person, pile 1? By the way, you can always skip to when I will have drawn all the cards. I won't speak until I have got all the cards. Or if I do, I will simply repeat myself. Okay. On those first. Oops. We don't see them really well. Okay. He's there. So, okay, now I'm ready to start. So, we got the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands, 3 of Swords reversed, 7 of Cups reversed. The wheel is specified by 7 of Wands reversed. Then we got 6 of Swords, the Devil, Knight of Coins, Hangman reversed. And as oracle cards to specify even more the reading, we got Caution, Consciousness, Abundance, Growth, and Passion. Okay. So, you're very much aware you need to be cautious with this relationship. It's full of passion, yes, but I do feel, it might not be the most healthy kind of relationship or not the most healthy partner you can have. you do still hope for more with them. But let's start with the beginning. So we start with the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands reversed. And I do feel with the Three of Wands reversed and the Six of Swords, I do feel like you tried to move on because you waited for a very long time for this person to come and offer something to you with more substance or more tangible, or like you waited for a long time and you were just defeated about this person. I don't think it's... No, that's not... Oh my god, okay. Let me take that back. Do you think for some of you, you waited for someone and you were quite like, enough is enough? You decided to try to move on? For some of you, I do think you didn't have anyone in mind in particular, and you simply moved along life, and you were a bit like, well, I don't think there's much hope there for anything new in my life, like romance is dead, and there's no one in my vicinity, or there's no one around to, like, just the kind of being like hopeless in romance. I feel like it. And recently, that will apply to every situation. Oh god, there is someone who showed up. It might be the same for, I do think for people that were like, I want to move on for someone, I do think they just rose up from the dead and offered you something more like sex, or maybe not for all of you, but it might be temptations or dangerous stuff, or like it could be drugs for younger people. Like they came to you with something very like tempting, but how to say that? You know, it's the devil, so we're all aware that it's fun and all. It's fiery, it's passionate, but can it grow to something more? Personally, I wouldn't be very much confident with that, though I do see here. I do see there is still hope, and for people for that were waiting for this person and this person came around, you're still hoping for them to commit, to bring you something more tangible with the Knight of Coins. But with because of the Three of Hearts reverse, you just are you wish that this will heal, that, or you are repressing all the hurt, or you're hanging on this offer despite not wanting exactly that. I do think you're happy with this Ace of Wands and this new passionate beginning, but you're hoping for something more there. And I do think for the future, the way it is showing there, let me be honest, pile one, I'm not very, I don't think, I'm not very confident with how things are about to move forward, to be honest. I do see a lot of wishful thinking there, and being really stuck on this idea of wanting more and this dreamy lifestyle, and this person somehow committing to you, but I don't see much action from them, and much more the idea of them committing to you. I do see more your energy and your hope in this connection to grow. And oh yeah, I forgot. For people that hadn't any person in mind, you do have something like in passionate. You did have a new beginning, or it's coming, or You know, it's not necessarily a serious offer, but I mean, it could grow. But I do think you are not hopeful. I think there's two cases there. There's someone extremely hopeful for this person to commit further and bring something new to the table. And there's other people where this will kind of make you hope there is something more. But I do see being stubborn with your own views and being like a part of you wish it can become more, not necessarily with this person, but it make you wish that it's still not dead and there's other possibilities. But I do think for most of you there's either like delusions. That's what I'm seeing in the future, getting stuck into that view, and the devil just bring back an addiction or just bring back something on the table, and just it's just there to make you work on something. Like this wish or this temptation is just there to see, I don't know, it's like, I do think for spirit it's mostly a test for some of you. Because I do see in the future is there's a lot of delusion there, either of an hopelessness, like persevering, or an hope, like a hopefulness, but like a fantasy, or like being too much hopeful for something that doesn't promise much more than what it is right now. I do feel these delusions for people that someone came back and offered them this devilish energy. This passion is blinding. This passion is blinding you and making you fall again into this dreamy world. So if you were here to see how to move next with this person, Spirit is telling you this person only brings you back in lower vibration energy and to old patterns. With the world there as the main energy, I do see the intention of this opportunity is there to close a cycle and close it successfully. I don't think there will be, to be honest, the only little vibe of a person I feel for most of you is not someone who will move forward with you in the future. And I wouldn't recommend it anyway, because with the energy they have, they don't seem really committed, and the few energy I gain from them and how they feel toward you is not really impressive, I must say. Like, I do admit that this person doesn't reciprocate at all the same amount of feeling toward you. They got a lot of passion for you, but that's it. That seems really like you're a partner in crime or a good sex, someone with who they can have sex and it's fun, but don't see them really committed to you more than for that. Like, they don't see you the way you see them. That's for sure for me. And with the Ace of Cups there in the 5D, or like in the higher purpose of this connection, like I do see this, I do think the purpose of this connection or this experience for other people is really to help you grow emotionally, to reach this cup deep down, because it's an extreme situation. I mean, the devil is something really intense, especially with the Ace of Wands. It makes you go through something painful also with the Three of Swords reversed. It's really painful. It's really not painful in this, like an addictive pain, like you cling to the pain because there's something so good in it that you keep going into that, but it will impair your growth, and it makes you fall into delusions. It makes you stuck in some way with the Hangman reverse, like you get stuck in this world of fantasy. And I can say for some of you, it's just someone who brought to you addiction even. It's someone really making you fall into an addictive pattern, be it affective dependency, being drugs, being like, I do think for some of you, you're here overall to see what's next in love, maybe, or you were just curious and you recently fell for some like people or interesting people, and you discovered or fell more into this addiction or drugs and abusive alcohol and like the world of parties and stuff like that, and or someone in particular for who you had an interest with or two brought through there, or some people went to that person because you wanted, I mean, you were still hopeful to have something with them, and then they made you discover that world. And I do see it's not a good, where they're leading you is nothing promising. It's more delusion. So for some of you, they are bringing you into addiction, literally. Literal addiction. For some of you, it's affective dependency. So being codependent on them and like being able to control you because of how they make you feel. And for some of you, it's a pattern you already went through, because we got the Wheel of Fortune in the world there. It's something you already went through. It's nothing new there. It's something you know really well. It's a weakness of yours that just came back, and with a lot to offer with this abundance card. A lot of things like greed, pure greed and lust, and every sin possible, name it, it was there. With pride, the devil came in some shape or form, even in the shape of form of someone who already brought you there, or into the form of a behavior you had. Like the devil just played on the weaknesses you were trying to move on from, and now it is bringing you back into that. Full force. Full force. It's growing there. It's nothing good, pile on. Really, honestly, for most of you, it's not even about this person. Like, it's caution there. There is someone for some of you were inquiring about, but Spirit is really focusing this person or this connection, even if it's a new connection, is not bringing you anywhere you want to be. However, the goal of it is to close this cycle. The world and the wheel is still upright, so I do think it was planned. In the sense, it's not a bad fortune since the wheel is upright. The goal, and even in the moving on there, energy, I do feel for most of you, you had a hard time to move on anyway. There is something that keeps you waiting for this passion or for this feeling that was feeling the emptiness within. You were still hoping for that and waiting for that, and it came again, and you just are addicted to it again. Like, it just came around, but Spirit knew you had this weakness again, and they proposed you this thing. Yeah, it's the devil. It's really harsh to just go with the devil right off the bat, but sadly, sometimes the devil is the best way to um, get confronted to your own bad habits. And sometimes the only way to know what's still to be healed and what's still to be worked on is to be faced with it and deep down in it, to get into touch with all your feelings and deprived needs. And I do think it's part of the reason why the Three of Swords is reversed. It's something that hasn't been fully healed yet and that you're still repressing. Though I do see something positive too with the Knight of Coins and growth there. You will be growing out of it. You are on the point of growing out of it as well. But they are still warning you, if you still choose passion, you will plunge into delusion in this fantasy world, into being drugged literally by love or the perception of love and attention, or literal drugs or literal adrenaline or whatever that was excessive and addictive to you. Yeah, that's really what I'm seeing there. So what's next in your connection? Bad thing if you continue this road, but your near future, there is a key to grow out of it. there's a key there to grow out of it. When you will be faced with this repressed emotion, after the bright passion will start to fade or will burn so much intensely that you will start to feel pain again, that will be your momentum to get out of it. Because that's when you will feel, oh God, this pain, I know this addictive pain, what it is. And now you will have an occasion to grow, because when you will be connected to that feeling, then you will know what was missing, what were you seeking. And the moment you touch on that, then you will know what needs to be sowed and what needs to be cultivated to grow out of this pattern, to grow out of those delusions, to grow out of this perspective, to grow out of this way of being and showing. And for some of you, you will grow out of getting into people that only have your ass at hurt, literally, that only want this fun with you, or that are literally abusing you. For some of you. Ooh, not most of you, but I did perceive some abuse there, and not necessarily extreme abuse, but it's still abuse. They take advantage of you, literally, because they see you enjoy that, but like in not an healthy way, but they still use it for their own pleasure there. So I do think for most of you, we're not talking about someone who is very relevant, and I don't mean it in like, I do see you cared for this person, but right now they aren't part of your story, at least for the near future to come. So for the next few months at best, they can be part of your story because there's something very important to heal about these issues and this pattern. For most of you, I really see an addiction, and that you are addicted. And for some of you, you can say, that's my person that is an addict. Yeah, well, they aren't intending to grow out of it, but you have the potential to grow out of it, and don't be delusioned. I work with addict people, and I know that when an addict don't want to change, they won't. And an addict falling into their addiction will abuse of anything and anyone. They will manipulate you and lie. So if you recognize your person in that, don't wait for them. They will hurt you even more. And they will be stuck into their delusions. So really, let them do their shit. Let them go into that devilish energy, but you don't have to get stuck into it, pile one. But I do see for most of you, you might not notice it, but you are stuck in this pattern as well. You might be simply projecting on your person. I do feel for most of you that I feel someone in particular, someone you are already attached to since some while already, that you're projecting on them, and they're simply a reflection of your own abusive behaviors, your own addictive pattern, your own excess, your own delusions. They are here to reflect you, this devil that is within you, not just within them. But they have another story to follow. However, I'm still reassured because we see the world. I have the card here. I don't think we got peace. And the Ace of Cups in the higher purples. I do think for most of you, there is beautiful conclusion awaiting. I do think Spirit is taking good care of you. I do think for most of you, you will succeed this cycle, but I do think it's not in the near future because you need to meet a lot of bullshit before. But I do think by doing again this part, or at least when you will have a choice there, and some of you it will be, you won't have to meet again this delusion and falling into being stuck into one way of seeing the world and being stuck on those passionate feelings and being drugged on this hopeless hope. I do think some of you will go through that again, but with the world, I'm pretty sure it's just foretelling that after that cycle, there's something more beautiful awaiting you. But you will have to go through a rough patch there. Though again, I'm telling you, you're not forced to go there. It's the future. You have all the power in your hand. But Spirit is telling me, even though you're aware of this, it won't be easy to go through that or to avoid this row in particular, this red row of lust. That's literally that. And by lust, I don't mean sex necessarily, but some of you have some power over this growth. Oh, I did catch something. I do think some of you, there's a friend or even a brother here that could help you. Yes, indeed. Don't think it's some romantic partner, but platonic relationship. Someone here might be of help. Or someone, an advisor, will tell you that what you're doing is not working, and they will offer you some help or some advices. And you better listen to them, especially if you have an older brother. Listen to them. They know what the hell they're talking about. I know they must be the most boring person on earth, but if they're this boring, it's because maybe they have the stability you don't have. So I do think they've been there, done that. I do think for some of you, but listen to them. For some of you, it's a platonic friend that may be older than you, but I do think it's a masculine figure. It might be a woman for some of you that is into their coins or into their own stability and career, and they do bring relief. They're here for your growth and to protect you. This little flower there, they are here to protect you, and they see you as a flower. I do think for most of you, you're pissed that they see you as a fragile flower. I will be pissed to be seen like that, but I do think you're a fragile pile one when it's regarding this Ace of Wands and Devil. I do think they don't want you. I do think they are the one putting this bubble of protection on the flower itself, but you know the growth there. I forgot the word in English, but this part is not protected. How you grow this flower, it is into your power to decide how and when it grows. Do I feed it? Do I make it grow? Do I take care of it? Right now, they might help you protect this flower or this part, or how your reputation for some of you, I think. I do think someone is backing your ass, from maybe your parents for some of you, for the younger people. And for some, it's your job. They're backing your ass because for some of you, you're not pretty when you go to work. But you have the power here and you are the one who can cut this off and make the flower die. Nobody can protect you from your own toxic behavior, pile on. Therefore, you absolutely need to be aware of this deep wound you have, and that you keeps getting stuck. And this Devil and Ace of Wands is something that keeps on playing on that wound, and that you use as a remedy to that pain, but that just brings further down this path. Just for some of you, you wanted validation. It could be work and being a workaholic. Yes, it could be about work and trying to forget someone through work. That workaholism, I do think the term speaks of itself. You're addicted to your work, so it applies there. And I do think for most of you, you're all conscious of that. You're all aware this is shit. You're all aware of that. You still manage to get stuck into that again. And no judgment there. As I said, I do work with people who stuck with addiction. It's nothing easy to get out of this shit. So I'm not here to shame you. Pile one, it's not easy. But here, I do think some advices will be needed. So if you wanted to hear something pretty about this relationship, nothing to offer you about this. It's really about you, pile one. Well, opulence, really, Spirit. You're being sassy there. You want some advice, not sass. Oh yes, a reference to the Hangman reverse there. So your advice to move forward in this connection. I do think the connection is with yourself, pile one, at this point, because I really don't feel anyone else involved, or the person involved is weak. The energy is weak. Opulence, it's time to lead. I think it's quite clear for me. This card is, you have the power on the devil. Remember, this card is not, someone is not purposefully maintaining you with those chains. You have the power to free yourself from that. So it's time to lead. It's time to take action on your own and decide for yourself. It's time to lead the way on what you do with all this toxic abundance you are feeling. What do you do with that? Feel loved and proud. I do think, well, again, I see someone protecting a bird. So again, someone protecting you, or someone, I do see, even if it's a brother, an older brother, I do still see that they are quite catering to you, so they play a feminine figure of someone being capable. I mean, feminine doesn't mean everyone is feminine, masculine. I want to be precise on that. But I do think there is, that I do think this is just to remember you are loved. And you are loved, and people still care about you and don't see you as less than you are, and they know that what you're going through is something difficult for you. They aren't judging you for that. They want to protect you. They are there for you. So reach out to people that are actually offering you a hand. They have your best interest at heart, and they want you to feel that love and be proud of, be proud, not in the sense that I don't think you're proud necessarily of going through that, but don't feel ashamed of being trapped again in this. It's nothing easy. It's a pattern. A pattern is not this easy to break, or it wouldn't be called pattern, right? So take the time to feel that love, to feel that protection, to feel that people are here to protect you and not shame you on that. Now, transform the way you see. We've got the Hangman River there. I do think it's an allusion to that. You need to perceive things differently. You need to stop convincing yourself that things are the way they are for convincing yourself this person will engage with you, or convincing yourself it's not that bad, or convincing yourself that this passion is all you need, and that you can get better, or there's nothing better than that, sorry, but stupid feeling, because that addiction I see there, it's nothing, it's a flame. There's nothing tangible in this, and it won't bring you anything, and it won't fulfill you by alone. But I do see you have to go through the Hangman. You do have to suspend yourself and be immobile for a while, like stop acting, and not in the sense like don't take action, but like stop burning yourself, stop getting stuck into that fire. I mean, the Hangman is a watery energy, it's Pisces. It's like, get back to the Pisces energy, stop acting like an Aries. That's the feeling I got there. Or even like, stop going stupid, like blindlessly into that. Take a pause, take a time to reflect. Take a time to reflect on that and see a different perspective. And again, there's someone there, a brother, a platonic friend, that is here to bring you another perspective. Listen to them. Take the time to understand their view on the situation. Take the time to ask them questions about what they perceive, so you have another perspective on how to see your situation in that. Let chance play its creative role in your life. I do think it's a process, pile one. You can't just see that like that in the matter of seconds. It's a process. I mean, it's the tower that is following the devil, right? But the tower is not necessarily an abrupt, you don't need to wait for a divine intervention. The way I see it, you can go through the tower brick by brick. And this is what I see with this picture, with this mosaic falling apart, like your view can fall apart slowly. You can still cling to it if you don't feel safe to view another way. It's normal. It takes time to change of perspective. It's easy to say change of perspective, but it takes time. There's a reason why you perceive it this way. There's reason why you believe the way it is. So let yourself let time play into that. I do think it will be a process for most of you, that you will still be in this indulgence. Some of you will still be addicted to this person for a while. But at some point, when your view will start to change, light will come and you will see in a different way. And this will be the moment where you will have reached conclusion, when you will finally feel a peace of mind. Then you will know you have reached, will finally have created a breach into this cycle, and finally an exit will be at hand for you. And then you will have a new emotional beginning. And I do see two things in this. New emotional beginning is maturity in fulfilling these damn cups that felt empty for so long and that you tried so badly to fill with this person, or through those drugs, or through works, or through this addictive pattern. Finally, you will feel a cup being full for real. And this new emotional beginning, if you were worried for people, then for the one hopeless in love, then you will finally, by being full, you will feel hope for love, because you will feel love for yourself and people, and true deep love, not just fiery passion that is just burning away right away. Something that you can pour, something like so fluid, so flowy, that you don't have to exert any force on it. It just happened. And for some of you, but really few of you, but I do think it will take some time for most of you, you will have a new beginning in love, probably with someone else, seriously. But I do think it will start with you first. And the moment you reach that, then I will recommend you to watch, like, What's Next in Love. And then maybe you will have another interesting option. Sorry. And I do think for some of you, I will keep in mind the Ace of Cups as a good significator of, if you go, like, let's say, after going through this hardship, if you go take a reading about what's next in love and you see the Ace of Cups, that's the sign you need to look for. But right now it is in the 5D, so for me, if it's the 5D, it's still not reaching into the 3D yet. You can feel it, you know it's the main objective, but it's not in the 3D world for now. But you're feeling the world. You're feeling that you are finally at the end of an old cycle and you are reaching conclusion, and usually a positive one, especially for people that will listen to the Knight of Coins. And then you will find these damn cups, or literally the Graal you're seeking for. You will finally find it, and it's within you. And if you find it within you, then you will be able to recognize it in the 3D world. Oh, phew. That's some reading. I didn't expect to not talk about relationship at all, or not that much. And all what I've been saying, it's also applied to codependency, which is a form of addiction there, pile one. So you will finally get out of this codependency, or to start a journey to end up this codependency, and finally find a way out of it, to be honest. Okay. That's all I have for you, pile one. If it didn't resonate, you can also watch another pile, or simply watch another reading if you really want to know, or really stubborn about knowing from this person. I'm telling you, Spirit is saying it doesn't matter. This person shouldn't matter in your life. They're causing you trouble anyway. So you can still, but yeah, maybe yeah. If you are feeling you need to watch something that will tell you something about this person, I do think you should go, because it will have the keys or it will have answers you need to progress and to relate to this reading. So if you really feel stubborn and just, I want to know about my person, I want to know absolutely about this person, then yeah, go watch something that will tell about this person specifically. But it won't be pretty. But I do think you need maybe to better understand this person to better understand you, especially if you project onto this person. Go watch something else. I have no clue right now to offer you. I do think you know already. But for people that really want to know about a specific person that they know fit that Ace of Wands and Devil energy, you are projecting onto them, so by knowing stuff about them, you will know stuff about yourself, so that might be important. Okay, now enough, Spirit. I told enough. Okay, Pylon, I will really stop my reading there for you. I really hope it resonated. I really hope it gave you answer. I really hope it was useful for you. I really hope you're not too mad at me, and I don't really care if you do, to be honest. You can be mad. It's not fun to be... I didn't mean it to go that way, but yeah, Spirit has a lot to say to you. And they care about you a lot. But you're protected, at least. So that's it. Okay, thank you for watching, Pile 1. So see you maybe another time, and have a good day. So bye-bye. So hi there, Pile 2. This will be your reading. Just warning you, this I don't play this deck in reverse, so it's only upright cards. Doesn't mean it will be pretty. For the Pile 1, it wasn't as I expected it will turn out. So you can already skip if you want until the part where I have drawn all the cards, because I won't start speaking until I have drawn them all. I want the full picture first. And again, this is a what's next in your connection pile too, with your person or the person you're inquiring about. God, the hangman keeps coming. Oh, cute. Sorry, pile 2, I got a call, and as you can see, I haven't touched. I'm still drawing the card, I swear to you. I won't even have the time. I will record at 2 different times. I will simply... Oh god, I will leave the reading there, and I will have to come back, and before reading it, my mom decided it was now that I had to come to eat. Oh god, funny. Won't be too long. Oh shit, really? I will have to repeat that for people that skip. Oh fuck, dude. Is it really that what I think it is? Ugh. That sounds ugly. Oh, cute. We also got that in the 5D. I want to keep it, but I don't think it will be strange. I must say pile 2, even with the call and what it is making me do, yeah, for people that skip to that part, I received a call of my mom while I was shuffling and I had to pause. And I will have to go. I won't have the time. I mean, you won't see any difference, to be honest, but it made me think of something quite funny. You must be a really passionate person, do you? With the reflection, Seven of Pentacles and Temperance in the past, I do feel you have waited, and right now, technically, I have to go. I had planned a supper. I need to go there, and it will take some time before I can even read this reading. So it's like everything is made, so you have to wait. I know you won't see the difference, but it's quite funny. It's just telling me you waited a lot with this person or about this person. And right now, even for the reading, I will have to wait before even seeing what's coming into your connection. So I do feel it's been a goddamn while you want to hear about this connection, something about this connection. So yeah, like I said, you won't see any difference. Maybe I will simply resume what I have been saying, because I will be a bit lost when I will come back. So yeah, I'm gonna make that pause and we'll try to do like if nothing happened, but yeah, anyway. Okay, after 6 hours of being absent, I'm coming back and now I'm gonna do your reading, pile 2. I know you didn't see that time, or you didn't have to wait 6 hours in your case, but okay. So, rapidly I said, that you have been extremely patient in that situation. Extremely patient. We are starting the reading with Temperance and Seven of Pentacles. You really watered this connection to care for things to grow. You literally cared for this for so goddamn long. I do see for some of you it is a relationship you're in, but it's not. I do think in this case I got more of a mix of some people you are dating or dated this person for a long time and it was promising, decided to invest more. It's a connection you waited for things to balance themselves out with the temperance, as in, well, waiting for the chaos to finally take some form. You invested a lot, and this person invested little by little by little. But then you were like, hey, something will come out of it, right? It will at some point balance itself out. But nope, it didn't. We got the Five of Cups and the Hierophant there, and this Hierophant is quite particular. We can see there's an eye here. Well, I will say intuition. I wouldn't say just I do see your intuition, since with the 5D or higher purpose, we see the Queen of Cups, and I do feel for most of you it's your energy. Though, for some of you, there will be, I will come to that scenario after this one, but I do see for some of you, you are the King of Cups, and the person you're inquiring about is a Queen of Cups, or something in those. But anyway, first, a lot of you, I do think you do have this Queen of Cups in the 5D, very intuitive, extremely intuitive. Some of you are probably witch as well, or witchy, or into witchcraft, or have been into that, or related to that kind of stuff. And other stuff I can't pick on, because I probably am not aware of this practice. But I do see you're extremely intuitive, and you saw that coming with the Five of Cups. For people that were in a relationship with that person, that, well, there was some loss there. I think there was a breakup. I do think for some of you, this person did put an end to the relationship more than you did. Of course, some of you, I mean, it's not the black and white, and for all of you, it's not the person, but I do think if you saw it coming, or maybe both of you agreed to end the relationship, or, I mean, you saw it coming, you saw that things weren't mixing well, even though you took care of it, you took the time to see that, but you also saw this grew too, that something wasn't going too well. And I do think you were told by your environment or people around or other guides, so your spiritual guide, but maybe other witchy friend, because I do think for some of you, you do know witches. I say witches, but tarot reader could do. I mean, I, I'm using that term, but it's really because it's the easiest to say, like people into tarot, oracle, divination, astrology, or and all that kind, like they told you something will go wrong and it did. So it wasn't surprising, even though we got the Tower right after that. I do feel there's a mixed bag of situation in this pile. There's a lot I can see and it's a bit confusing to read. I do see that for some people it was you foresight, and for some other, not. Yeah, no, it was agreed for most of you. And this person, this King of Cups, woke up, or I just wanted to say, so I'm gonna swear, so, but they woke the fuck up too late. They were like, oh fuck, I do still have feelings for pile 2. What the hell am I doing? So even though you're not in a relationship, I mean, there was some ending with this person at some point, I do feel. And yeah, no, for some of you, there was a loss around this relationship that made the person wake up. Like I said, it's not a clear situation or before situation, but I do think they're all fitting in one aspect, that you cultivated this. There was a loss. For most of you, it's a relationship. You saw it coming. You were told it was coming. And you felt it through. It was very painful for both of you at some regards. But I do feel you were the most disappointed in the two, because despite, I mean, I do think you did a lot in this. You put a lot of work and it didn't bring anything out. And this person recently woke up to their feelings and were, oh damn, I cared for pile 2, and now they're feeling the sadness of the loss, and you're like, oh god, are you serious? After all this time I took care of this, and now from our moment you just wake up so late. I will, yes, it's kind of, there was a time, I mean, it's a long process for like months, a month at least, and for some it's years. For people that were committed, I do think it was a long-term commitment. For some of you, it was someone you dated for a long time, and it wasn't really grounding enough, and you were seeing this going down and down and down and down. In any case, it was a relationship going down and down and down. And despite putting so much effort in talking it out and just being open to the other person and being welcoming, well, things didn't work out, and this person simply, well, decided to put an end on it. But I do see it's not a ghosting situation. It's something that was told and said and discussed, and There was a lot of back and forth and discussing your feelings and not feeling okay. I do think the person you're inquiring about was feely, touchy, and whatever the hell you want. And that was what made it difficult. Ironically, because it's a King of Cups. Usually, King of Cups are supposed to be kind of emotionally aware, but in this case, they hid so well their feelings from the world and from themselves. They just woke up really late. They did have a sudden realization of what they felt for you and felt for the relationship and felt for, and I say recent, or it will be extreme. It will be in your present if it's not already your present right now. And for some of you, I do think they did come back recently and told you that they regretted it. But I do feel you are standing your ground, or you are intending to stand your ground about this person, because you do feel, I mean, you were hurt, but you're in the Four of Swords of energy. So I do feel Four of Swords is like you already went through the Three of Swords pain. Like, you're still fragile. I do see that you are wanting to take it easy. I don't think most of you are here and all ready to just go back into it. And I do think most of you came here because you wanted to know, do I take this person back? Do we try again after all these efforts to just, goddamn, slowly decay? Like, do I do that? And you're in the Queen of Wands of energy. So I do think for most of you, you can be pissed or irritated about this situation and be like, really, dude? Really? Really? I do think you care. Of course you care, but it's like at some point, the relationship ending could probably alleviate some of you. I do think some of you might have been happy of this being just ended, even though you were sad. You just saw it coming. At some point, you got some detachment because you did saw it. You were extremely conscious of where it was leading, like extremely conscious. I mean, there's consciousness there. That's why I said that too. A lot of reflection and literal, not just a mirror effect, like not just a back and forth of mirroring each other's weakness and working on them and trying really hard, just a reflection of internal reflection of what the situation was mirroring and what it was foretelling. Though you still have faith, at the point, you still have faith, you're here, you still have faith in, like, maybe, I mean, you put so much effort, even if it's a dating, like, you took the time to know this person, to create some intimacy, like, there was some compatibility. We can see that. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, like, even though right now you're in the Queen of Wands energy and you're just like, oh my god, dude, really? I'm burning, like, I'm standing my ground, I'm just doing my crap. And deep down, you're still meditating or taking some time for yourself. You're being independent. You're being strong, like a strong energy. I know you're not all woman, but just like independent and strong and into your power right now. Or you are going into that energy, or you already feel or are tasting this energy. For me, it's just not the near future. It's something you are already starting to be in. But I do see you're in this energy of just wanting to, and I do think you will be in a reflection for some time, because this person just realized, oh, I was so happy finally, like, I just realized you were someone important for me. I do have so many feels for you, and we are so compatible, like, we're fit, like, right now you're not fitting with them because you're at another point, like, you're trying to heal, you're trying to reflect on that, to have a clearer mind of it. But you still have faith that something can be made of this relationship with this person. And, well, apparently You will have a realization. By staying in this power energy, you go into the Hangman, Five of Swords, elimination. So by changing of perspective, you will see more clearly. And that's funny because we got Four of Swords and Five of Swords. You will realize what didn't work out. Or, I mean, I do think something was confusing. I mean, we got the moon as the main energy. You're here because you're still confused why things, despite all the effort you put in, still didn't work out. Why did it fail despite you being represented by a Queen of Cups and then by a King of Cups? Why did it fail? You're extremely connected to your intuition though, so I do think for some of you, you already are intuiting on something there. But I do think by you staying in your power, taking the time to meditate, to ponder on this, to taking this time to to welcome your anger, your frustration, your desires into account, it will put you into the Hanged Woman in this case. But it's like into a position to perceive differently. And with the Five of Swords, it's just constating that why it failed, why we still reach defeat, and why we still were not on the same page at some point. For some of you, it's now that I do see that it's quite different for some of you. Yeah, that's why there was that card, because you need space right now. You really need that space to see clearly. You need to be in this Hanged Woman energy, with the moon being twice. I mean, there's a lot of Piscean energy. I'm though when I say Piscean energy, I don't mean that you're Pisces. I don't use astrology in the same way, because there's way too. I mean, it's general reading, so seriously, everyone could be of every sign, so it won't work that way. But I do see you have those qualities, whatever is your chart, and your guides are telling you this is the energy you need to be in, extremely connected to your own witch work, your own magic, the power, the energy. You need to be in that energy to get the elimination and really understand what's the purpose of this relationship. What is it mean to be? Is it meant to be continued, or is it meant to end? We got death there as well, so I do think there's a transformation. Like, there's a heavy watery energy in this reading, despite some cards not being watery at all. I do still feel a lot of watery energy. Like, there's a lot of depth to be explored, and you need to be in that zone of space and nothingness to finally get the answer you were seeking. And you will get it, but Spirit is not telling me what answer that is, because I do think it's something much more profound, like, and much more personal to each of you. It's a really specific answer, apparently, more in the sense of, yeah, purpose, something more than just in the 3D, or what's the real purpose of this relationship. That's all I can get from this. Why it didn't work, what does it mean to be, what was its purpose, and where it is supposed to go afterward, and what you are supposed to do after that connection. I do see it won't be, the revelation is not necessarily a happy one, or an unhappy relation, not an unhappy relationship, but an unhappy revelation. You will be neutral about this, because the reason why they want you to be so much into that energy of the Queen of Cups and the Hanged Woman and the moon, and it's to see it as with the eyes of your higher self at some point, like in a really detached manner. Like, you need to perceive this in this way. And you need to be in the position of the Hanged Woman and see things extremely differently from what you have ever seen things. I do think it's related to the practice I can't mention because I don't think I have the knowledge in my 3D to know what that is, but I do think you know, and that's all what matters. I know it won't resonate for every one of you, but for some of you, it really is related to that certain practice, certain ritual. That's the best word I have. You need to do to get the answer you needed about this connection in particular. Like I said, first, I don't think it's just a question of where this connection will lead in itself. It's deeper than that. For some of you, it won't continue and you won't even care anymore at some point because it will have brought you even more interesting answer in some regards. For some of you, it will continue, but I do think it's Spirit is just telling me, yes, you're here for this connection, but what you will gain from that is much more greater than you think. I do think for some of you, it's literally the plan reserved for you as this King of Cups and you the Queen of Cups. I do think this person the Tower is not just the realization of, oh crap, what did I miss and why, like I want to start over. You think they did have a realization themselves. Oh, okay, yeah, this King of Cups is also connected to spirituality at some point. I do think it's someone kind of open, or that just open up to this practice and got an interest, and by going through that they realize what you were in your, like what was your purpose in their life, and therefore what is their purpose in your life. So I do think they will bring to the table something extremely interesting for some of you. So when you will be in this space state, when you will have take the time for yourself, they will bring you something very much interesting as a, okay, you did really connect this much. Okay, you did awaken. Really, you really finally got it. And then it will be a whole new story. A whole different story than what I'm seeing there. A whole new reason of why this wasn't working now, because something had to happen for this person to realize this, and then for things to move forward in some, well, I can't tell the direction because it will be different a bit for some of you, but I do think for a lot of you, this connection is really important, and you were here because you needed to know if you needed to do this particular ritual, or if you needed to what was connecting you to this person, or like you needed those answers, and I'm just another piece of the puzzle you were seeking in this intuitive process. Yes, it seems to be a great something great. And yes, I mean, King, Queen of Cups, yes, your souls are extremely connected, even though right now you're not connected with them because you're another place in your life and you need to be there. But I do think this person is quite open for you taking the time you need. I do think for some of you, you're quite good friends with them. It might have been a friend for some of you even before that, or they have stayed a good friend or someone around. I don't think you ended up in too much bad terms. Yeah, no. For really few of you, you did. But I don't feel it was a bad ending. It is a Five of Cups. It doesn't feel as a big blown up conflict. It wasn't. It was agreed for most of you, as I said. For most, not everyone, of course, but for most of you, it was an agreed breakup, or breakup, and even if you were just dating and meeting each other or just stopping by. Yeah, this person realized something that will be part of a greater plan. What else, Spirit? What am I missing in this reading? It seems bigger than what it looks like. Yeah, I do see just other scenarios in general. So for the big picture or the main message. I did went through that. I saw two other scenarios, but with a twist to this story. For some of you, this person, you went into conflict with them very recently over this breakup or this, and they were extremely emotional. You were pissed but stayed composed, and there's just further conflict coming out in the way. So for some of you, I just see it will still be conflictual. You will finally realize something about how this person is doing, working, and why they're still affecting you, and then you will be able to proceed or simply walk your own path, both. For others of you, I had seen that for some of you, the person you are inquiring about is the Queen of Cups and you are the King of Cups, and this person is pissed off right now. And what's this scenario? It's a bit strange. This other scenario is more about you may be realizing this person. Yeah, it's another kind of scenario. Just realizing. Oh no, I forgot about another. It's not a big deal. I just think it's just that the Queen of Cups is this other person and they are appearing as a Queen of Wands, but you're seeing that their higher self is in fact the Queen of Cups, or you're feeling that their core energy is not what they let on. And now you are reflecting on, oh God, what does it mean? And you just realize this person is much more than what you thought they were, and you're like, oh God, what the hell do I do with that information now? Can I pursue something with them? And for people that identify with the King of Cups, I do think this is not, it is someone very new in your life. And the Seven of Pentacles, Temperance, Five of Cups, and the Hierophant were more of you just went through a separation. You cultivated yourself. You took, oh no, it's not just separation. You went through counseling. And now you just met this person and you're like this fiery person that is still quite composed for all the energy they have. And now you're realizing they're a Queen of Cups in their core. There's something hidden there. And you're wondering how to go through that ego of Queen of Wands they're putting, because you're like, oh God, if you're this Queen of Cups and I'm the King of Cups, you're a soulmate. What else is to come in this relationship? But I do think you will need to go through a change of perspective, or this person will go to a change, or will have to go through a process of ego death before coming into this Queen of Cups energy. So for now, I don't think you can be that much into a relationship with this person, but you will see them go into that transformation while death. So just keep an eye on them. They're just not there yet. Yeah. Oh yeah, the other scenario, there was a scenario of third parties in the mix. Of you wondering how this person was doing with this Queen of Wands. And you were wanting to know if there was a good person for them. But I do think time will tell, and well, they're a Queen of Wands, King of Cups, so Five of Swords is uncertain and might be a lot of conflict, but you won't be surprised about that. So for people that were sneaking on a third party or what your ex was doing with this other person, it won't go that well. It will just be tons of conflict. And you will be there on your ice rock, tasting some wine like a pretty lady and being like, ha, I knew it. Quite funny scenario. Okay, sorry, I'm coming back to advice. I'm gonna do general advice. I know there were many scenarios there, and I stuck for the main scenario is more about this great revelation merged with the flow serendipity. Yeah, sure. Sure, Spirit being consistent. Those advices will apply to every scenarios I talked about, but I do think for most of you, I should have gone through every scenario before going through the long one. And I still have a lot to learn about reading cards for general readings. Anyway, you can apply to every one of you, but I do know the longer scenario, the main energy that was resonating through. This will be advices more for them, but they can all apply for every scenario, because if you're there, it's because Spirit wanted all of you to be there in this reading for a reason. Paradisia called, you belong to paradise. I do think there's a lot of connection with the higher, not just your higher self, but higher energies and spirits and entities and your guides. Sabadi, perfect acceptance. Yes, this state will be important. I will come on that. Ooh, 2 other advices. Feel loved and proud and transform the way you see again. It came for pile. Those 2 came for pile 1. Yeah, the hanged woman is a mood right now. The hangman is quite a mood of seeing things differently. I will start with this one, and I do think an advice that apply to pile 1 as well will apply there is, oh, no, I got something different. It's important to see both sides of the coins. And I do think both of you, like I said, for most of you, didn't end up in bad terms with this person for ones that got into a separation with them. You're both a mirror of each other. You're the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. You both are reflecting something, and you need their perspective to grow. You need another perspective to, well, see differently, duh. But you need their perspective to get the access to this information you were seeking, for this greater purpose, for this direction you were seeking, for this direction you were feeling, but you couldn't see in the 3D, but you were perceiving and intuiting in the 5D. Or that your higher self and guides were telling you, yes, pile 2, this is about to happen. You can't see it, but I know you feel it. And this person will bring you this, yeah, pile 2, I got this realization, and I'm now seeing at this as well, and we need to go this direction. And you'll be like, what the hell? That's so, everything is coming into place. Like, everything will fit. And so, but in general, changing perspective take time. So I really see this is a process of, I got 3 months in my mind. 3 months. For some of you, we're approaching March and the Pisces season as I'm talking, so it might be in that season that you will get into the energy more. If you're watching this and we are not in Pisces season, then watch for the moon placement. Maybe when the moon will be in Pisces, this will be your best time to get into that energy, or to enter it better, or being even if it's Scorpio as well, it will be helping you. Do think that the watery energies are in your favor and will really help you with getting what you needed to go through. And feel loved and proud. I do think Spirit is just, in your guides, are just recalling you that you're well loved but protected. And be proud and stand proud. Like, you have done what you had to, and you are still doing what you need to, and your person is just doing what they have to, and they're going to get to you at some point. Perfect acceptance is just, I do think it goes with the advice of the 4 of Swords in space. You need to be in a state of accepting, to be neutral, to see this relationship not just as I'm with a lover, but as more than just being in the 3D together. It's much more than you being in a relationship with that person. It's something more than that. You have something to create together that is of much more importance for most of you, resonating with the main scenario I went through for a long rant. For others of you, it also applies. For people that are the King of Cups, you need to accept that this person right now is not yet in the Queen of Cups energy, and they need to go through a change of perspective and ego death before. And so you need to accept that things are right now. You have met this person, or you are about to meet this person, and they will come as a Queen of Wands, but they are this Queen of Cups you were seeking all along. And for others of you what were the third party? Well, it's quite simple. I mean, it will be easy for you to accept that is how it is right now, and now they're with someone else, and it might be shit, but that is how it is, and they need to go through that anyway. And you already intuited on that, so why did you need me? You belong to paradise. And serendipity, merge with the flow. You belong to paradise. You belong to something way greater. You belong to another realm. You belong to someone else, for people that were the third parties, and for people where this person was an ass to you. You belong to something greater than that anyway, but they are preparing you for this person. For some of you, you might just have met this person. I just feel that anyway. I don't want to get stuck in scenario. Spirit, please make me focus. Paradisiacal, you belong to paradise. I just feel both of you might... There's a lot of divine energy there. You belong to paradise. 6. 2 and 4 makes 6. Alright, this advice is quite particular. I do feel for some of you are in some kind of community that is like paradise for you. There's a lot of good energy. Like I said, a lot of you are with other witchy friends or people into the same spiritual belief system than you. You belong to paradise. I keep repeating that, but like, there's something great you have to accomplish with those people and your person. There's something greater there, and you belong to that paradise. You belong to this greater thing you're trying to make and to connect to. Like, you belong to this place you were seeking for so long and trying to connect. You belong there. You wanted confirmation on that. You belong there. You just need to remember, you belong to this paradise. You belong to this place. Remember from where you really come from. From maybe some of you are starseeds or moonchilds or whatever they're called, from somewhere else. And for some of you, I do think for some of you it's just your first human incarnation, but you had a lot of other past lifetime, but from somewhere else. And I do think you know that. If you don't resonate with that, don't force it. But I do feel some of you are really have weird energy to me. Not in a bad way, but like, you don't feel human for most of you. And I don't mean like right now you are human, but you weren't human like for many past lives. And for some of you might have been guys yourself before becoming human, something like that. Quite hard for me to tap on this one. Or not hard, but just feel uncomfortable. Don't want, because I know it won't resonate with everyone. But I do see one or some particular person watching this. Really important that you stick on that. For others of you, you belong just to more, and you need to remember you belong to something great, like a paradise, a heaven of yours, and you deserve someone that makes you feel that as well. And serendipity, merge with the flow, is quite a simple merge with the energy, go with the flow. With the Hanged Woman reverse, it's what she tries to do, to simply observe and merge and accept what is coming to her and let her transform her ways of seeing. Like on this woman having moth wings, so butterflies, which is transformation. Okay, that's enough there, pile 2. You were special. I don't mean it to to flatter your ego, but just this Queen of Cups, I keep looking at her and you feel so otherworldly for most of you. Not all of you, but I know one of you that is watching is, God, you know exactly what I mean. And you're just smiling with your, like, yeah, I know. And I know you know. You just wanted this piece of puzzle, right? For others of you, you're still a Queen of Cups. For most of you, you still have this intuition, or some of you are transforming into a Queen of Cups. Or right now, most of you are in the Queen of Wands energy, but Spirit is just saying you keep that energy for right now. You need it because your person still need to do something apparently, but you will still be in contact anyway, so it's just a matter of time before you feel like it's the time for you to be really reunited completely, or you will already be in some form of union, but it won't matter that much at one point. Okay, enough and enough. I saw enough of this energy right now. So thank you for watching pile 2. I really hope it resonated. If it didn't, just watch another pile or go watch another video. Don't make it forced. So thank you for watching again. Maybe see you another time, and have a great day. Bye bye. Hi there, pile 3. This is your reading and using the Shadowscape Tarot, right? Where did I put the box? Yeah, Shadowscape Tarot. So you can fast forward to when I have drawn all the cards if you want. I won't speak until I have drawn it all. And yes, this is a reading to see what's next in your connection, where this is moving. Until now, the 2 other piles though, well, it was quite a ride, and it wasn't what I expected. This is what I wanted to go through, but anyway, I do think it was interesting messages. They were quite different, so if you really don't resonate to this one, don't hesitate to go check other piles, because they were quite unique, yes. Anyway, I stopped talking, and if I have anything else to say, I'll repeat it. Damn it! I swear to you, pile 3. I swear to you, pile 3. They're not all reversed. I mean, yes, but oh boy. Okay. Okay, pile 3, I was saying, I swear to you, they were upright and reversals, and, well, whew, okay, I know reverse doesn't mean something bad, but I just felt like, almost like, really? All the first row is reversed. What's the energy now? I'm gonna tap on it, but it won't be too long. Pile 3. I just see the star standing out there lonely in the middle of the reading, with all this hope there and healing, and this, yeah, it's gonna go well and right. Yes. And all the energy around is just like, oof. Okay, I'm gonna start with the beginning. I don't want to be, how to say that? I don't want to be sound negative or anything like, You got the Chariot reversed and the Seven of Pentacles. Oh boy, you really tried hard to move this connection somewhere, did you? And it went nowhere. You burnt out yourself in this. The person refused to commit to you seriously. I do see both the case of a relationship being committed and the case of trying or dating and or being interested in that person and even hoping for them to come forward you and never making a move. Like literally not making a single move with the King of Wands reversed and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, no, this person really feel like they never really came forward with anything interesting. Not interesting, but just they never did came forward, did they? For some of you that were in a relationship with that person, they just never improved, never did anything any other way. They were not much passionate with you. They were just like, how to say that? They didn't make any effort to make a spark in this relationship. They just let it stagnated and weren't doing much on their part. Like they were comfortable doing on their own and letting you just like whatever. It's just the feeling I have. Like whatever, pile 3, whatever. Do whatever you want. Like I'm doing my own little crap. So yeah. I need to stand up. And you cultivate it. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is upright. I do feel like you got crumbs. That's what you got. At least you got something out of this, but it took everything to get something out of this person or this connection. For some of you, it's someone that you're interested in, you're trying to chat with them and they barely respond. And they never do a move. And you're wondering if they will start to get some interest at some point. But then things don't seem to mix together. Like it's like you're completely opposite or so similar. Just I mean, for some of you, you're so different. You're not succeeding to make things fit together. For some of you, you're so similar. It just gives a big puddle of nothing. Like you can't move with just. It's just too much of the same thing, and so it doesn't move much forward. Though you're still hoping, I mean, there's still movement in there, like with the star there just below the Temperance reversed. I do see for lots of you that you are still, there's still movement, like it didn't just stop, and it's not like the Temperance there represents a separation, like there's still movement, there's still something happening, but it's not really harmonious. And the person is just like in and out and in and out and talking to you and then not really responding and showing some bit of interest but not being so interested at the same time. I do feel like for some of you, you just don't know if this person has any interest in you anymore. They seem to be elsewhere. And I do think for most of you, this person is elsewhere and they're not mind, but they are somewhere else in their life, and with the Knight of Pentacles, they're more into their own kind of business, and by business it can be work, it can be in the Knight of Wands like their own little project, like either they're at work and then they come home, they do their little stuff, and but there's barely any movement, like they do their passion, they're indulging in their passion and doesn't really take time to talk to you, or if you're in a relationship with them, they don't take time to do anything much with you. They just want to do their little thing. They just seem to be extremely absorbed. but not in a swords way, neither in a watery way. They feel stuck in the 3D, like they lack connection to the depth of their feelings, to the depth of the sense of life. They just feel to go round and round endlessly, emptily, running around. And you're like, well, at some point they will finally come together, right? They will finally, yeah, I mean, God, it will finally mix. And it doesn't. It feels like they're an arid desert, like a desert. We got earth and fire, both reversed. Infertile terrain. They feel like this to me. And I do see you also in the Knight of Wands being burnt out and trying to make them move, to put energy in them, and just refusing to move and being an immovable object. But you keep continuing with the star, like you're still not desperate. You're burnt out, but you still want, because you still want to keep this movement. You're the one keeping the movement in this temperance with the yin yang there. You're the one keeping some flow, because this person is just slowing it down to a point. If you don't put energy in it, it just stop moving and it just decay. And you don't want that with the star, right? You want things to heal. Yeah, I forgot to say, I wanted to come back on those cards before going to what's next exactly. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Chariot reverse, like it was a mystery, like what they were doing and just crumbing you. And we do see with those two little tower, like they don't seem to face the same place, and we're just wondering if at some point, like those crumbs, what was the purpose? Is it because they're really interested in me? What do they, I mean, they still put crumb in there, like, and you still take them, and you're still like, maybe it will lead somewhere. A bit like the red, no, it's not the Red Riding Hood, right? But I remember a story where, I don't remember which one, where someone just literally put breadcrumb to find their way, and of course they got eaten by animals. But the same point of, I keep, you're the animals taking the breadcrumb and wondering if it will lead you to your person, but your person is just continuing to move forward, and you're just following their path, wondering if they will wait for you, and they don't. They just do their stuff, right? And there's a blind happiness in the dynamic you had, both of you putting energy and being like the happy, the happy person in the relationship, and wanting them to, yeah, let's do that, let's go there, yay, go. And the person, nah, or maybe, or don't have energy, or I got some stuff to do, be homework or work stuff, or I said to my friends we will do some game stuff, or we will meet, and like, but you kept being happy, but blindly happy with this. The eyes closed and be, okay, tell me when you want to do something, like, hey, and thing there. I do see a lot of blind happiness in you, Pile 3, just being so joyful and innocent and all happy and just not fragile, that's not the god, but just sensitive, like happy-go-lucky person just wanting to have fun and caring for their person. Like, you did nothing wrong. It's like you're just trying your best, and the person you're interested in is just like ignoring you and being a cold bitch. For some of you, it's, I don't see a clear mix like in other pile. I do feel like a mix of feminine and masculine energy in both of you. I do see you're not the most feminine, nor neither the most, I do think you have some masculine quality, but not in the typical masculine way. And your person has more feminine aspect, but isn't like the most feminine. I will say it like that. If they're a man, they're a feminine man. And if you're a woman, you're a masculine woman. And by masculine, I don't say that you're not dressing pretty and all, just like you have masculine action-oriented kind of way. That's what I mean. And if you are, yeah, that's what I want to mean. If you're a man, you are more feminine, and if you are a woman, or if you're inquiring about a woman, she's the most masculine. Like, there's quite a weird mix of energy. It's not like a man being in the masculine and a woman being in their feminine. It just, extremely, the mix is quite mixed. That's what I want to say. There's a mixed. It's not like the typical what you would expect. And if you're both men, I mean, I do think the person you're inquiring about is more in their feminine energy and in using it in a distorted way, and you're in a distorted masculine kind of way, but not distorted masculine like, no, I don't think it's distorted masculine. We got the Emperor here as a general energy and trying to build something stable and taking control of it. I do think you're not in a, no, I don't think there's any distorted masculine in this reading, or I will see much more control, and I do see you're really much more flowing it, and your person is just resistant but not pushing, or I do think there's a sort of control in how your person is doing, but it's not the kind of control on you. It's they control by refusing, by really handling what they want to do and not to do, but not your life specifically. I do see another scenario where your person is also the one that burned themselves out at work, and you're waiting for them to heal, and the relationship is not going well because your person is really not going so well, and you're wondering what is next in your relationship if it keeps going this way. Like, there's many scenarios in there, again, because it's general reading, and I keep, the more I advance in the reading and more those scenarios that are popping, it's, I'll try to not get too lost in that. Yeah, and I wanted to come back on this energy flowing, and I do think there's a caution of spirit in any case. Be careful. Being this hopeful of things healing is just killing you slowly because you're already burnt out. I do think for most of you, pile 3, you are all burnt out of energy. Liking, loving this person your best, or being optimistic for them, but in keeping hope. Well, there's caution there. Hope is not a bad thing, but you know hope can be really toxic. It's an intoxicating energy, and it can keep you stuck in situations that weren't worth your time to begin with. And that's where we're coming to the not so funny part of the connection. The Ace of Pentacles is reversed, and the Two of Pentacles is reversed. And we still have the Faith card of hoping for things. I do see some messages there. For people that, for who the scenarios where your person is burnt out and then the relationship is taking a toll because of this, I don't see things going so much better, and you already are forcing that. This is not a novel energy. You just are stepping into this Ace of Pentacles reversed and Two of Pentacles reversed energy. You do see things are dropping. One of the pentacles is dropping there. For some of you, you know it's a relationship that is dropping, and you're worrying about this, and you're a lot of anxiety there. Lot, and you're very much conscious of where this is leading. For most of you, I do think this is applying, whatever the scenarios. You do see that it is not grounding. The pentacle is not grounding, and the person in their life keeps juggling, and they are seeing they want to drop this pentacle, the relationship, and you're like, gosh, what the hell? I don't want that to happen. You still have faith. You're so faithful, Pi 3. So faithful. Oh, pile 3, you need a hug. Cute little pie. For people that are breadcrumb, like, you're just keeping to, this is just a whole track you're following. When this person will no longer have bread, they won't even care to get another one. They will just move. They will just continue moving, and they won't leave any other breadcrumbs, so you will be left with lost in a dark forest where you don't know why you got there in the first place. You know, but like, why did I follow this path? But you do feel that it is not grounding. You do feel this is a missed opportunity. You do feel this person slipping through your fingers and things dropping. Like this pentacles is dropping. The attention isn't put on the relationship. And for people into this relationship, you're wondering like, damn, it's affecting the stability of the relationship. I don't see necessarily a breakup for people in a relationship. I do see the stability is just getting worse. Things are starting to, I do think conflict is starting to arise. In fact, like at this point you were just maintaining like you were a happy face, and but you're burnt out. What will happen when you won't be able to keep this happy face? This is what you're wondering about, and be like, oh shit, man, I can't keep on that, and my person just keep going and is just being mindless and either a workaholic or being stuck in their little business without caring for the relationship at all, or even being pessimistic, or maybe for some of you your person is just in depression, depressed, or just having a bad mental health because they're just so preoccupied with so many stuff, but keep not questioning and just being a robot. And you're like, this is bad. Your relationship is starting to be affected because a relationship requires two whole individuals, and one of them is starting to drop off. And you can't keep two people going. They need to do their part and they can't anymore. And for people just wanting this person, you know it is not grounding up, and you're seeing it. You're just like, shit, man. And if things really keep getting so out of balance, if anything is not done, and by that I mean your person, Fire 3, you can do more than what you already did, and Spirit is warning you about that. You can pour more hope in that. You already did all what you can, but your person, it will hit a wall, and you will have to let them hit that wall. And if this wall is you telling them this won't work out, if you like, and giving them an ultimatum, this will be their wall. For some of you, even I'm not reassured, I do feel this person will need more than you threatening them. Not just threatening, but telling you will leave them. It seems to be bigger than that. Your person is stuck somewhere. This is the feeling I have. Their work, their project, and not just the project, but something in their life is preoccupying them so much, taking so much on them. They're so much in the material world and pursuing that. They are narrow-minded, man. And this is why we got the King of Swords reversed and the Ten of Swords reversed. There was no more hope. The King of Swords reversed is like anxiety much, but it feels like an empty head. You just feel empty. Fear. What's next? The unknown. I can foresee. When there is no more hope, what will happen? What will be the end? It just feels like you're scared of this outcome, Fire 3. You don't want this to go there. But when the King of Swords is reversed, and I do think for most of you, it's both your person and you, and some of you, your person will be, yeah, I can't keep going. I'm not in a good space. And for some of you, your person will just be so overwhelmed, so anxious, so stuck in their mind, so that they don't think anymore, or just overthink so much that, and they're still stuck in this mental space now. It's not just the material world. So I do see some hope there. Weirdly, for people that are in relationships since maybe years, I don't know, months with them, I do see they will say, Pile 3, I need help. This is what I see for some of you. For people in relationship with them, they will tell you, Pile 3, I need help. I'm not doing so well. Especially for long-term people, don't see a breakup. I just see that your person is not going well. They're mentally ill. They have a problem. They're going down to a spiral and it needs to end now. And they're scared as hell. And I don't think it will be some kind of relief, but at the same time it will just be the beginning of something bigger and scary. And not guarantee you if the relationship will pursue after that and if they can make it. For some of you, people that are, I can say chasing, not say chasing, but just wanting something with this person, I do think then we'll just, oh, I think you don't want this person to forget about you, but I do feel this person will simply not forget, but I just see them not thinking about you and just being preoccupied with other stuff. I just think if you are pursuing this person, really don't care enough about you, and I don't mean it in you don't matter, but in they really should. I do think part 3, you all deserve more care than that, and this person is not recognizing your worth. But I do think for every one of you, this person is not in a good mental space anyway. The reason why they can't see you and acknowledge you is because they are stuck somewhere. Now, it was in the material world, but it will transform into their mental world, and it will throw them upside down and create a 10 of swords reversed. For me, can be worse sometimes than a 10 of swords upright. It feels like an abrupt end again, but and for some of you, just not an end of the turmoil, but just a continuation of the turmoil, and realizing they're stuck in this turmoil, in this 10 of sword energy, in this constant pain and intense, like painful energy. So if you're interested in this person, they're really not in a good space, and I will really recommend you to just back off. I have no clue for some of you if it can come back, but this person on their path, they're not there yet. And I do think for if you are running after this person and wanting their attention, you're on different paths, and you're on a higher vibration than them, even though I feel you're hitting lower vibration because you keep trying to uplift them up and getting their attention, and this is affecting you because their energy is really like a black hole right now, intense black hole, and they will transform into some black hole at some point. So you need to leave them there at some point. You can't help them. Pile 3. If you're in a relationship, you will need to wait for them to tell you, I need help, because you will right now. Part 3, I don't have thrown any advice card yet, but I do feel that you need to take care of yourself now, because this person is going through something and you can do more for them. You have already done what you could, and they're going nowhere right now. With the Emperor as the main energy, I should have started with this, seriously. And I didn't even mention the Four of Cups, but I did take it into account while reciting all that. But the Emperor as the 3D, it's all about structure, and it's all about the masculine side of things and the action and the 3D and taking action. And like I said, it's not I almost feel the Emperor not as that much a positive energy. Like there's so much control, but both of you are the masculine is quite your strength to both of you. But the divine feminine aspect in both of you, or the feminine aspect, is both suffering. Like you're not taking care of yourself, you're not welcoming your own state, and they are not welcoming their own state. Neither of you are taking the time to listen to each other or yourselves, and you're not taking the time to be receptive to the emotional process behind. This is why I feel like both of you are into the Emperor, but the problem a relationship need both people to be in, but both of you, your feminine side is out of balance, both of you, and they're just the masculine left, and it is a matter of time before this become distorted as well. And seriously, I don't wish to anyone to have the Emperor reversed and distorted, because that won't do good. Certainly not. I do think you are conscious. Like I said, we got consciousness there. I do think you know, even though you blinded yourself, you're aware that things are not going into your favor. And you're extremely scared and anxious because of this awareness. And I do think for some of you, you blinded yourself to this because it made you anxious. But you know what's coming next. The 5D is the Four of Cups. You can't do anything. They won't take your cup, pile 3. You can just contemplate the disaster coming. They're there. This is their path. Even if it is your partner, they are there and they need to go through that anyway. Even if you don't want your partner to go through this, this will happen. You can't do anything. For some of you, it is depression, anxiety, and competency issues. Like, I do see for some of you, it's just like, even I do think for some of you, it's not depression, it's just an anxiety disorder. I could even see obsessional compulsive disorder, but it seems to be extremely specific for some very few cases. But there's an anxiety and like performance anxiety in your person. They want to perform so badly, especially with the Emperor. I do think for people that are in a relationship with them, it's a workaholic and a obsession problem situation. Oh, yeah, and I do see for some of you, they will lose their job and then they will lose their shit. And this is why the King of Swords will be reversed and you'll be, fuck it, I can't do that anymore. And they will be thrown into a loop of anxiety and mental hardship. Oh, shit, I don't like what I just see. Be extremely careful and aware of your person. If you know they're going to that, if you know their work has a great importance, and this is what makes them still appreciate life, prepare to be extremely aware of your partner and offer them help. Just be there for them. Just put less effort into that, but I do think it will be important for people that are in a relationship with them to keep remembering to your partner, I'm with you, I love you, I'm here for you if you need it. Just keep telling them that. I'm here for you if you need it. You know I love you, you know? And I think this is the key for them to come to you and say, I need help. Because I do think some of them could do something extremely dangerous and stupid for their life. If you don't, I don't think it will go into that scenario, but it will be of that intensity. I do think for people that are in relationship, it's not the relationship itself that was going so bad, but more of the other circumstances making it bad. And again, for people that were pursuing this person, let them go. They are not putting any attention into you. And I don't want to be mean, but if you need to hear it and be hurt, they don't care about you that much, or not the way you deserve at all. But it's not because I don't see anything related to their feeling. I do think they're so far gone somewhere in them, or stuck into the material world, that they are not even in touch with their feelings. I do think they don't entertain much any kind of romantic relationship either with anybody else, and maybe you're the closest person they have. But you need to take your leave, because that won't work for them. If they're a friend for whom you had an interest, or even if you were just inquiring about a friend, I do think maybe some of you were there for that, despite just curious because you might have a crush, but stay there for them. They will need it in due time. But yeah, take what resonates and apply that to your situation. If it's a friend, just maybe go see other friends, but remaining to some contact. I do think it's important for most, not most. If it is someone is not a close friend of you, you need to take your leave. I suggest you do whatever you want, of course. But with what I see, if the situation resonate, not good for you. They are going to another path. It might be a dark night of the soul for some of them with this card there. So you will lose them for a certain amount of time. And for other of you where it's a friend or a partner you're committed to, keep being in touch with them, remembering you're here for them, but you will have to care for yourself by a 3. It will be extremely important to go through the next phase of your relationship. So what's the advice? I hate this. Oh god, I don't like what I really hate. Oh god, I don't like those. And what they are telling me. For advices yet, I can. Okay, this card came for every buyer. Feel loved and proud. Protect. Oh yes. Oh god. Again, 2 cards wanted to come out. Liberation for yourself. You belong to paradise. Oh shit, I really don't like that. Yes, your person do feel extremely alone, despite even if you're a relationship in them. For some of there, it's not just severe curves of depression coming. I don't want to go there because, honestly, what I will be telling next, please, you already know about that. So I'm not supposed to teach you anything, okay? So if you know your person have, you know, dread, have, what's the term in English? I don't want to say the word because it's a big trigger. But you know, dread thoughts, thinking about a certain measure to end their suffering, if you know where I want to go with that. If they have already told you about that, or you already know your person might have tried to do some irreparable act in their past, be careful about that. But I don't think they will do that, but they're entering, their space is clouded with so much dark thought, and what awaits them is so much dark thought. Extremely dark place, pile 3. Be prepared to be there for them at this moment, but right now, to be prepared for that, this is your advice. You will have to let go of the situation right now and sacrifice the now to be there for the future of this connection. For people that were inquiring about an interest, not necessarily a friend, but you had a crush on them, but they were breadcrumbing you, what can you let go of? I do think it's quite clear for me. You need to take the time to let go of this and make a sacrifice. It will hurt now, but on the long run, you won't have to pay for their bad mental health. So you have to suffer now so you don't have to suffer a greater amount of pain in the future. And this applies to every situation. You need to let go of the control you have on this situation, let go of some hope. Don't think it's the all hope attitude that is bad. I do think they need that optimistic perspective in their life. but I do think you need to you need to let that energy, you need to take back that energy for yourself to be replenished and to be in a good place at the right time. Like with free yourself liberation, it's like you really need to not take everything on your shoulder. Pile 3, you really don't take everything on your shoulder. You shouldn't. Your person have their own responsibilities, and right now they are the one putting themselves into that situation. You can do for them that work, even if it's your spouse, even if you're married to that person. You can't. They're their own individual, and all the love you have in the world can save them, or maybe it can at some point, but it can't save them now. Panacea, there is a solution for every problem. Yeah, there is a solution to that problem as well. Oh yeah, there's a solution to every problem. Be aware of what your person is saying, though. I'm really concerned for your person's mental health, and even yours maybe, but more there. And I know you know. If you know their person is into depression, having really dark thoughts, or going into, or you know that what they can go through can lead them there, really put into place anything you can, so you can in the future you can be there for them at this moment where they will come and tell you, Pile 3, I need you now. I do think they will come. For people that are in a relationship, I do think they will come to you if you keep being present in their life. Feel loved and proud. I do think that I already told that, but they need to feel protected. They need your love or your protection, but you first need to take care of yourself. I do think it's both of you. You need to take care of your own self. They will need you in due time, but right now they are not taking your help. They need to go through that wall anyway, and when they're into that spiral, it's your time to take care of yourself. Paradisiacal, you belong to paradise. In this case, I didn't like the meaning of this card, but as an advice, you belong to paradise. You do deserve all the care in the world, Pile 3. You deserve to take care of yourself and create your own little paradise. And they do that right now to escape their reality. You need to also create your own safe space, your little paradise, to help you remain steady and in shape. Really? You really need to create that paradisiacal. I do see, I don't have cards and I didn't throw more cards, but I can already foretell that for people, when they will ask help, it will go way more smoother than that. You will feel so much relief. I can feel it already. You're just waiting for your person to tell you they need, not necessarily need you, but they need help. When this will come, it will be a goddamn relief. God, it will be a relief. Even for me right now, I just hope they will come fast enough. Please. And like I said, for people where it's a friend, they will probably come to you, or they will ask for help, or you will be aware and you will be able to give them your hand. For people, it's a breadcrumbing situation. Well, you will be in a better place as well after that. I do think you will feel relieved and be, yeah, why did I have an interest in that person already? They're such in a bad place. For some of you, it's just like you will be relieved to let go of this situation overall for most of you. Yeah. Okay, that was 3 big readings, 3 different kinds, 3 really specific messages. If you really don't resonate with that, well, just go watch another pile. They're extremely different from this one. I will suggest you, because I will need to do that, to meditate some bit. I do feel the heaviness of this pile is really, 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 really heavy. Really heavy. This Ten of Swords is not good, but at least it's reversed. So I do think it's really abrupt ending of, I don't want this anymore, help me, or make it change, or do something about this. I don't think for a lot of you it will be, don't see a breakup specifically. I already said that, but I do think I need to reassure a lot of you about this. But the imbalance in your relationship is a cue that it will, and I do think it can take some time, but I do think when the person will either lose your job or you will see your relationship get thrown into disharmony even more, it will be your cue that this moment of it can't work anymore like this and I need to change will happen. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Really, thank you, Pile 3, to have watched, and I mean, have a great day. Take care of yourself, Pile 3. Really, you need to take care of yourself. You need a good hug. Go see someone that can give it to you. And so, I hope you can have a great day. And yeah, maybe see you another time. So, bye-bye. Does it again. I will see you bye-bye again. My program is doing some shitty stuff. Now, have a great day and bye for real.